much crap on my table right now, I don't even know if my camera's straight, but hopefully you guys can see this. I thought that I would give you guys an update on what my kids are carrying in their backpacks this year because it's been a while since I did it. I don't really have my daughter's gear, full gear load out here, but I do have my son's, so I'll take you through what my son took and a little bit of what my daughter had in her backpack. We just got back from the West Coast Trail, so I'm unpacking, so everything is in a bit of a disarray. So forgive me if this video is a little bit weird and disjointed, but I will do my best. I've got here the Waymark Gear Mile. This one is my daughter's, and this one is my son's. We're still using the Mile. Unfortunately, Waymark went out of business, and so the only place I think you can still get these packs is like Garage Grown Gear. They may have some left. These are considered day packs, not really backpacking packs, just day packs or overnight packs, but for kids gear, it's literally the perfect size. I think they're 25 liters. If you can't get these anymore, I do suggest the Gossamer Gear. There's a day pack on the Gossamer Gear website that would work just as well. What you have to watch is the length of the back of the pack. You have to make sure the length of the pack is made for like a 14 to 15 inch back. For day packs, they are usually made shorter because you wear them a little bit higher on your back. So day packs are usually perfect for kids, but these have really nice, comfy, squishy shoulder straps and everything else. So that's what we're using. This pack was just on the verge of not being big enough this year for my daughter because we actually had my daughter carry a food bag, a Dyneema food bag, and we had her carry her dinners this time. So to get on with my son's gear, we did bring umbrellas. These are the 6 Moon Designs ultralight umbrellas. This is what my son carried. My daughter didn't actually carry one. We forgot the other one at home, but we also had an umbrella each, my husband and I. We didn't even take these out because we had such good weather. We didn't get a drop of rain on the West Coast Trail for the whole 7 days, which was amazing and very unheard of. So we just stick that in the side pocket here. He's got some cord here. This was actually in my pack most of the time. He decided that he wanted to keep it because I bought it at the store because we forgot our bear hang. This is unreasonably heavy for a bear hang cord. I don't recommend it, so ignore this. This is just a seat pad, a foam seat pad, very lightweight, weighs basically nothing. It was in the side of his pack. On the other side, he just had his Boundless Voyage titanium pot. We use this for Ichiban and mashed potatoes. We call them smashed potatoes. We usually just stick that in the side pocket like that. This is his hat. This is just a cheap hiking hat from Decathlon. He's got a bigger head, so it's actually an adult hat. This is his Light AF fanny pack, and in this he had a whole bunch of candy and his snacks for the day. We would keep his snacks, and I'll have to link the video up at the end of how I packed for food for the West Coast Trail, but each of the people in my family have a large Ziploc bag with all of their snacks for the whole day. And their snacks would just go in the stretch pocket here, and whatever they were gonna eat for the day went in the fanny pack. In the back, he's got his Alpha Direct hoodie by Farpoint. This was perfect because it was quite hot on the West Coast Trail. This was great for morning hikes because in the morning it's kind of misty on the West Coast Trail and a little bit chilly. This is his rain jacket. This is from Mountain Equipment Co-op. It's just a youth rain jacket. These are his rain pants. I believe these are also MEC rain pants. Pretty simple. They all went in the back stretch pocket. Here's his waterproof gloves by Reima, R-E-I-M-A. These are made specifically for kids, and they're great to keep their hands warm when it's raining out or snowing or whatever. This just some snacks that he had somehow stuck in the back of his pack. There's a zip on the back here, and in this zip, I usually keep 2 plastic bread bags, and this is for wearing over top of dry socks inside wet shoes. I also keep in here the kids' headlamps, and they each have the same headlamp but in a different color. These are the BioLite headlamps. I really like these because they're light and I can cinch them down to fit the kids' heads. Inside the pack, we always use a Nylaflume bag. We use this just as a secondary extra protection against rain because the West Coast Trail is usually quite rainy. We also have waterproof bags to separate their gear inside this Nylaflume bag. On the very bottom of Merrick's pack and Amelia's pack, they each have one of these Dyneema bags for their sleeping quilts. This one is Merrick's, Amelia's is these colors, but also pink on it. There it is. This is so that they know which is which. This is Merrick's sleeping quilt. It's a Nitro Quilt 20, so 20-degree quilt. It's a 20-degree quilt. It says its limit rating is -6 degrees Celsius. It's 800 fill down. This is really light, nice, perfect for him because it's got a little face place here. So he can actually stick his head underneath and put his face in this hole, and then he's not breathing inside his quilt and leaving condensation in there because kids like to get all cozy. So this is great for him. My daughter has a custom UGQ Bandit, which is 800 fill down, or 850, I can't remember which. It's got the zip up foot box, and it's got the cinch on the top. It does have the snaps to put quilt straps around the pad if you want to, but we never do. We never use it. It does have the cinch around the neck and the little snaps to be able to cinch it around your neck, keep drafts out. For kids that are any older than like 8 years old, I wouldn't suggest getting them a small child's sleeping bag or quilt. Kids grow so fast. If you're really concerned about it, you can just fold it underneath of them at the bottom to keep their feet warmer. But honestly, these quilts are so warm, you'll never need to do that. And if you just buy an adult quilt, then you know for sure that you don't have to buy a quilt again when they get bigger. So this is sometimes Merrick's bag, sometimes it's mine. When I'm using a smaller pack, I'll use this instead of my Hyperlite pods. But when I'm going with him and I use my big pack, I'm using my pods. So this is what he gets to use for his warmer gear. This is at the very top of his pack, and it would contain this and his beanie hat. This is just a cycling one, older one that I had. And his neck tube. This is just a fleece lightweight one. His North Face gloves. His wind jacket. And this thing was really great for getting up in the morning and starting our hike when it's a little bit blustery on the beach. This one is a Columbia Youth windproof jacket, not waterproof at all. This is his puffy jacket. This is a Marmot puffy jacket. This one doesn't have a hood. I usually like to get the ones with hoods, but this was on sale, so I always buy things on sale. These are the sleeping pads we use. These are Vect Air LT pads from Mountain Equipment Company. This is my son's. This is my daughter's. For the kids, I have to get everything in different colors or else they fight over stuff. If they know exactly who's whose, then everything is a lot easier. The bags that they give you to inflate these are waterproof, and I actually use them as the kids' bags to put these in, as well as all of their sleep system. I put their down quilts in the very bottom of their backpacks, and then their sleep system is next. So I'll just roll these up, put it in the bottom of the inflation sack, and then next I'll put in the rest of their stuff. So in the sleep system, I would have the sleeping pad and 2 extra pairs of Darn Tough socks. Right now he's in the women's small sock or the youth large. They're actually very similar to the same size. I always bring 2 extra pairs of socks and they wear a pair. These are pink hand-me-downs from his sister. He just puts them underneath something if he has to wear them outside of the tent so he's not embarrassed. But honestly, he doesn't mind the pink too bad. This is a merino bottom from Mountain Equipment Company. This is the merino top. You can find these on sale in the summertime at MEC. For Amelia, I just had a very lightweight pair of warm pants from Decathlon and a warm kind of cross-country ski top from Decathlon for her to sleep in. But honestly, on the West Coast Trail, the kids basically slept in their t-shirts and underwear. That was it. That's all they needed. They hardly even wore these, except for at night when it was blustery at the beach at the falls because we got there real late and went in the water late and got all clean, and then they were a bit chilly. So that's like the only time they wore these. Other than that, depending on what he's wearing to hike in, the opposite thing will be in his bag for his clothing and sleep system. So these are just a cheap pair of Adidas shorts that we got at Costco. They dry pretty quick, and that's what he usually wears to hike in, except when we're going through the boulders and whatnot, he was wearing his pants. These are MEC Youth Rad pants, and they worked amazing. Super lightweight. He usually hiked in his North Face sun shirt. It's UPF 40+. This was great for the beaches to keep the sun off of them because I don't carry a big thing of sunscreen. Because as long as they're wearing their pants and their hats and their shirts, they're pretty good because their hats are all wide brimmed, and a big thing of sunscreen is just really heavy. They usually carry 2 pairs of extra underwear, just lightweight, quick dry underwear. And if he wasn't wearing his sun shirt, then he was wearing his t-shirt. And also in his sleep system, I put his pillow. This is the Nemo Philo Elite pillow. And he used to like this until I brought 2 pillows with me this time. And he decided that he liked one of my pillows better because I was testing out the pillows. So he has now decided he hates this. This used to be mine and I didn't like it either, but he seemed to like it, so he was using it. He's decided he doesn't like this anymore, so I guess he won't be carrying this. He'll be carrying one of my big deluxe pillows. On Merrick's feet, he was using the North Face Fast Pack shoes. I'll have to put the name of it down, the exact name down below. These actually were a tiny bit too small this trip, so he has one size up in these in the low top version, not the high top. These are actually waterproof, so they kept the mud out. The only problem was they did take a little bit longer to dry overnight, so he was putting on wet shoes in the morning more often than we were. And because they were a little bit small, he did get some blisters on the very tops of his toes that I had to tape with Leukotape. Make sure that you bring Leukotape, lots of Leukotape. Put some Leukotape in your backpack or roll it on your pole like I do. So that's absolutely everything that Merrick had in his pack. A couple of the things that Amelia had in her pack. Her pack is mostly the exact same. This is her black diamond. Amelia is big enough now that she's wearing women's small. So this is a women's small black diamond rain jacket. These are the really light cycling rain pants from Decathlon. And these work great for her. In a women's extra small. Another change she has is she's got the Gore-Tex lightweight overmitts from REI. Her headlamp is turquoise. On the front of Amelia's pack, I had a Hyperlight zip pouch. This is where she kept her camera and her snack garbage in the front here. She also has a Light AF hip belt pack, but she doesn't like to wear it. She actually throws it inside her pack so that she can use it later at camp. This is the water bottle holder she used. We got this off Etsy. I don't really like this one. It's too floppy. This is supposed to be shorter up here, but it kept getting longer, and then these belt buckles kept coming undone, so I won't be using this again. I do have a Merrick's pack, and this is what I normally use for the kids. I just couldn't find this other one for Amelia's pack in a hurry when I was packing. I have the Waymark Gear shoulder pouches, and these work awesome. Inside the shoulder pouch for the water bottle, I always have the kids use a Solomon bladder, and these are the tougher ones. These are the Outlife bottles. The other Solomon flasks that are not this thicker rubber just ended up getting punctured all the time with the kids, so I gave up because they're expensive. And this is the filter. This is the Solomon water filter. And this water filter also works on several larger water bags that we use. If one water filter gets clogged, we always each have one, so we actually have 4 water filters with us, and I bring an extra cap. This is the 42 millimeter size. Same size as the BeFree, so you can use the BeFree filter on this too if you prefer. I don't really like the BeFrees because they clog up on me a lot faster than these Solomons do. But this is all the kids needed the entire hike. There were so many places that they could fill up. You know, every couple kilometers there's a stream. There's only one section of like 4 kilometers that didn't have a stream that Chris and I each carried an extra smart water bottle with some extra water in it for the kids. But mostly on the West Coast Trail, you don't have to worry much about water. This is all they need to carry. And water's heavy. So if you can carry less water, you are carrying less weight and you're going to move a lot faster. Something else we found really helpful for the kids on the West Coast Trail were just a pair of running gaiters. The kids have the Dirty Girl gaiters. If you Google Dirty Girl gaiters online, you'll get right to the website. We used them just to keep the sand out of our shoes because we had trail runners on the beach walk. Here's my daughter's Dirty Girl gaiters. The fun thing about these is when you go on the website, you can have your kids pick whatever pattern they want. And they've got a really good way for you to figure out what size they need. These just have like stars and unicorns and rainbows on them. She really likes these. We've all got different patterns. And if your shoe is like an ultra shoe that comes with the Velcro on the back already, then these work perfect. Otherwise, they do give you sticky strips of Velcro that you just stick on the back of your shoe. And then this hook just hooks on the front of your laces. These are the Ultra running gaiters. These are great too. This is what my husband used. I use the Dirty Girl gaiters. Once you get sand in your shoes on the West Coast Trail, you're likely going to get blisters. So keeping that sand out of your shoes is pretty important. A lot of people were wearing like Gore-Tex, like winter gaiters that people would use backcountry skiing and whatnot. And big, heavy, waterproof boots, hiking boots or backpacking, mountaineering boots. We didn't find any of that necessary. Of course, if it was super muddy and it was raining, If you have the gaiters and the waterproof boots, you can just plow through all the mud and you don't have to worry about it too much. But we found that you could easily go from root to rock to piece of wood to whatever to avoid the mud. And it was a lot easier to be maneuverable in our trail runners. And if we got a little bit of mud on our shoes, it didn't really matter because our shoes were quick drying because they were just trail runners. So they would dry overnight, almost completely dry by the morning. So if you're going to go light, I would suggest going really light. Just trail runners that aren't waterproof and some running gaiters just to keep the sand out. So that's it, guys. Now I have to clean up this giant mess and put everything away. I'm partially done doing the laundry, but obviously I'm not totally done because this place still smells like a stink factory in the garage. So I have to find out what stinks and where it's hanging and do some more laundry. So hopefully this video helps you guys when you're looking for gear for your kids, helps you outfit your kids. And make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss the rest of the videos coming up. I'm going to be breaking the West Coast Trail episodes into one-day sections. So if you guys are really interested in knowing what to do for the West Coast Trail, I'll also be showing all the food that we took and the stuff that I packed and basically how to hike the trail with 2 kids. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that stuff. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.